Hey, welcome back, Hey Modi 101. How are you today?
Fine.
Good, I'm feeling quite old right now.
Why? We're just talking about what we were into when we were younger. Part
I
2.
know, but still. It was so long ago. And yet, it still feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Wait, these are... What are these? Blast... Oh, wait.
Well, they made electrodes for the arc
Crap,
furnace
blast
that I
furnace.
made last time.
No, coke oven. Okay.
Do you want to see the arc furnace?
Oh, you made an arc furnace?
Yeah, come take a look.
Nice. I made a...
Not gonna lie, I never actually built an arc furnace before.
Really? You never built it, used it, done all that stuff?
Nope. There's a creeper up here, though.
Oh, because you had to put a hole in the thing for it.
Yep.
Yep, there it is. That's the arc furnace. So if you click on the little thing up here...
Oh, look, there's little electrodes in it now.
Yeah, well, if you click on this bucket, this is the whole thing.
Yep, and it smells stuff, right?
Yep. Now you can smelt stuff in here, and it's pretty quick. I think you can make some alloy stuff in here too, by putting things in the left side and then the right side. You see how the arrow kind of goes,
Right.
and then it spits out to the bottom, and it's actually pretty cool. Let's see if we have any ore, because it looks pretty neat when it does it. I'll also grab a chest because I think it'll just automatically output to a chest.
Yeah, that might be for the best. I think we also, if we get some bits and stuff on the side, that might help out too. So I'm going to go ahead and grind up some coal for coal dust.
You know what? We actually don't have... We ran all of our...
Ore through the grinder already?
Yeah. Now...
That's okay. We can just get some iron.
I'm trying to remember... I don't know... this may just straight up double it.
Wait. I have an idea.
What?
I remember that you can actually get... so this thing is producing a lot of glowstone parts.
Yeah.
And I saw a recipe that you could actually take glowstone parts and smelt them down in the arc furnace to make straight up ingots of it.
Oh, glowstone ingots. Okay. Oh, so maybe it breaks down armor and stuff as well. So.
Which would be
Now, in
sweet.
essence, I believe that this is right here, Immersive Engineering's version, somewhat the Immersive Engineering's version of the, whatchamacallit, the Tinker's Construct smeltery.
Yes,
In reference to making alloys and stuff like that, so.
Yeah. Because it says you can take, so I have a whole bunch of iron on me.
Mm-hmm.
And here's some coal.
To make steel?
Wait, hold on. What?
Why do you have tiny coal dust?
What's the purpose of that?
If you're like, oh, I want coal dust, but I'm on a diet, so I just want some tiny coal dust. You sure it's not coke dust you're thinking of to make steel? Are you trying to make steel?
This is stupid. This is stupid. This is a game for babies.
Yeah, it's coke dust there, Chief.
Why would it give me a single coke dust?
So this is kind of cool. Looks like you can break down all the weapons and armor in here. You can actually break down like steel cable coil, the redstone one, like all the coil stuff. You don't get much. So like an MV wire coil, you get one electrum ingot back.
Which isn't terribly bad.
No. You could break down like the fluid pipes and you get 6 nuggets. You break down an MV capacitor and you get 1 lead, 3 iron, 9.
Hey, there you go. Look at that.
Is it doing it? So yeah, isn't that kind of cool? Pours into there,
yeah.
and then it just is automatically dumping, and it's done. It's actually took longer for it to cycle the stuff out than it did to actually break it down. So it's pretty fast. This is a power monster, but I'm not worried about our power. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
we have a hefty supply of
this
power.
This guy is
already.
going good, and we're not even touching the diesel.
That armor I just melted down. It's drained this battery in the corner right here. That's it. This one.
Yeah.
That's all. And that
well, I mean, that's quite a bit. I mean, you have to admit, from a power though, that's still quite a bit of power for one stack something. But you know.
Well, yeah, true.
Anyways, so last episode we were talking about stuff from our youths. And,
Dragon Ball Z. It's another one I watched a heck of a lot of.
Never got into that.
I loved Dragon Ball Z.
Never got into it. Never. So a lot of the time when you make references, I just smile and nod. I have no clue.
On Dragon Ball Z.
See, and like I said, a lot of the stuff
Goku
that you
is powering up gradually, like he has been for the last 15 episodes. Ah!
A lot of the stuff that you're talking about for like cartoons and stuff, I didn't really watch.
Namet's gonna explode in 5 minutes. 30 minutes later, Namet's gonna explode in 4 minutes. Yep.
So you're saying they were bad at math?
They were bad at math.
All right. Reinforced coke brick.
Namekian minutes. That's all they were.
But yeah, never really kind of got into that personally. I have nothing against it. Just wasn't kind of my thing. And I'm going to tell you something right now that's going to make you feel maybe not like me as much.
Yeah, what's that?
When I was growing up as a kid, I really didn't care about Star Wars. So
that's okay.
Hold on. You gotta.
The world is built upon differences.
Let me try and at least get a little bit of your respect back. Just a scooch. You ready?
Yeah.
First of all, you got to keep in mind. Okay, so Star Wars came out in '77, and then Empire came out in '80. So those movies came out when I was born and when I was 3.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then Jedi came out in '83. Now one part that I think that might kind of blow your mind a little bit, like not really blow your mind, but never really thought about is, back then, if you didn't see a movie in the theater, you didn't see it. There was no VCRs. There was no DVD players. And honestly, even VCRs, I think we got our first VCR in like '87, because when they came out, they were like $600, $700, $800, $900. It was like PC computers when they first came out. So, so the thing is that I didn't get that option to see those because I was a little kid. You know, I mean, I was a baby when they came out. So I did see Return of the Jedi in the theaters when it came out.
All right.
I was 6, and I thought the Ewoks were neat. I was exactly the demographic that they made.
Okay.
Well, I was 6, Snoop, and I thought the Ewoks were neat. So, you being even, a decade later, you probably grew up with VHS.
I did.
I didn't. If it was '87, I was 10 years old before we had, and we may have got it in '89. Like I said, single mom, didn't have a ton of money, so, and I think even when we bought it, the VCR was like $200-300, but that was like a third or a quarter the price it was when they came out. So yeah, I didn't grow up with any of that stuff. So not seeing those movies was literally just a case of I didn't have the option. So does that redeem me just a little bit?
You're fine. Like I said, the world is built on differences.
Well, it's not differences. It's just what I have.
Sure, whatever. Anyways, moving on. Wow. Before I get mad at you again.
Why would you get mad at me? I didn't have a VCR.
Let's see. I need a redstone lamp. There we are. Some lit ones. I watched a lot of Star Wars. I thoroughly enjoyed the Star Wars movies. We got the collection edition when I was a little kid, which was a lot of fun. It was 3 VCR tapes. It was not the remastered one, so it was standard edition. And then again, we got it when they remastered it and added in all the goofy CG stuff because Lucas is a money hound. And I will admit though, I did go see the fully remastered versions of them in the theaters when they re-released them. Um, and I will say that I fell asleep halfway through Return of the Jedi. Um, but it was more likely because I was just tired and it was late. Then I lost interest.
Now I'm weirdly mad at you. So
yeah, I fell asleep halfway through. Yeah, it was a good sleep.
I started falling asleep during a lot of the kids' movies I had to go see.
Ear Defenders.
That sucked.
Nah, that's fine.
Like with
Ooh, 16 blocks of steel. Nice.
Nice. So, yeah.
I will also say, I watched a lot of movies. A lot of them were animated films. A lot of Disney. We had a very large selection of Disney films on VHS. We had one of those folding cabinets, you know, the one that opens up and has like 4 different racks for all your movies and stuff. And it was filled with all kinds of stuff. There was Christmas films, there was films that my dad likes, there was action films, there was dramas and comedies, all the kinds. Disney films were on the bottom where we can get to them. And we had stuff like the Snow White, we had the Sleeping Beauty, we had Cinderella, we had all that stuff like that.
Now, not taking a shot at all, but do you think you would have had all of those same movies if you didn't grow up with 2 sisters?
Probably not.
Okay.
Honestly, probably not.
Yeah.
I think I probably would have. I would have some of them more than likely, like Hercules. I got Hercules because I loved that. That was amazing. Lion King, the '90s ones, the '90s movies that came out.
Yeah.
Aladdin and whatnot, the more modern, up to date Disney films, which is kind of an oxymoron considering what they are, but whatever. Yeah. But what I really remember distinctly is I was huge into Don Bluth films.
What the hell is a Don Bluth film?
They were films or animated films, and their artwork was done by a guy named Don Bluth. He was their creative, I think the producer or something like that.
Okay.
But he was their main art guy, and he has a very distinct art style. All Dogs Go to Heaven is a Don Bluth film. The Secret of Nim is a Don Bluth film. Even the newer ones like Titan AE is a Don Bluth film. You can tell by the way that the characters' mouths move. They have it's very smooth, almost rotoscope, clean kind of animation style, and I loved it. I was crazy for it. In fact, once I get fully situated in my place in a new location, then I'm planning on actually going out there and building up my collection of Don Bluth films and putting it in a display case somewhere.
Okay.
Or somewhere I can watch the films because I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I already have a few. They're here on my desk right now.
Oh, you went far away. I guess
I love films. Films are great.
We really didn't. When I grew up, we really didn't own movies. Because and that's another thing to kind of keep in mind. From time is like when we got our VCR in the late '80s, movies were like $40 or $50 a piece. They everything.
They were quite expensive.
But they were even more expensive. Like I know, a lot of movies when they would come out on VHS. As I was older, because my ex, before she became a nurse, she worked at Blockbuster for many years. That's where she worked when we met. And when movies would come out, she would, they would also sell them, and they would sell for $20 to $30 for like a brand new movie. But you could buy pre-owned movies for $5-10, at places like, secondhand places, and when Blockbuster would like kind of clear out their rentals for other movies and would sell them off and stuff like that. But
we loved going to Blockbuster and picking up the discount movies.
Well, okay, first of all,
there were some good ones.
My brother basically has worked for cable companies almost as far back as I can remember. I think he started working for cable companies like shortly out of high school. He went to one of those like ITT Tech kind of school things, and it was called ABC Tech. It was more local, but anyways, he got into the cable industry just as an installer,
Right.
in the mid '80s. He still works for him. He works for Comcast right now, which I know a lot of people don't like, but yeah, he's worked for cable companies for 30 years, 35 years, something like that, somewhere in between there. So growing up, we had for free all of the cable stuff. So we had HBO and we had Cinemax and we had all that stuff, and we had it for free and we had it all the time. So for me, there was a lot of watching movies that way than buying the movies. And then where I grew up, we didn't have a Blockbuster Video or anything like that. We had a local video store, very mom and pop for a while, and that's all we had the whole time that I grew up. So, and really honestly, I was more excited because they rented original Nintendo games and then later Super Nintendo games. So that was actually cool because my mom would rent them for me instead of buying me. What you got? Did you make me one?
Totally. Hold on.
What a jerk.
Oh crap! I'm out of.
Wow.
Let's see.
No, it's you know what?
No.
It's
No.
cool. No. It's all right. It's fine. Anyways, where the hell's the charging station? Oh, it's charging station. I'm making you a charging station because I'm a real friend, but whatever.
Buckets.
What'd you say?
Get the plant oil. So
I have to make my own?
Just get the plant oil. That's all I'm asking.
I'm in the middle of making you a charger because I don't need one. I have nothing I need charged.
Well, you're gonna need some for fueling. So.
Okay, hold on.
You get some plant oil. Hurry up.
All right, hold on. I'm kind of in the middle.
My God, you're so slow.
Blue is input or output?
Blue is input.
Thank you. I can remember that. Why couldn't they made it green and red? There we go. Made a charger. Enjoy.
Plant oil.
What am I doing?
Right.
How many buckets?
2 buckets. Make sure it's plant oil.
Yeah, I can read ish.
Okay. Make it sure.
Okay.
Anyways.
Now I will say, even though I played video games and stuff like that, I was still from the generation that played outside a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I played a bit outside. More rarely, I would just mess around with friends and doing Nerf guns, which is a ton of fun.
Yeah. No, I grew up kind of rural. I lived in a little suburban neighborhood, so the houses were not right next to each other and everything like that. But then outside of our neighborhood, it was just straight desert everywhere. So it was kind of a small. It was a small. Oh, well, you didn't have to, buddy. Thanks.
Do.
Anyways, but
Fill it up.
Riding bikes in the desert, jumping off at jumps, feeling immortal. I skateboarded for like a decade. I wasn't any good, but I did it, and I did it with gusto.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Go ahead, right-click the ender tank with it to fill it up.
Nice. Multiple times, or am I
just once?
emptying it? Oh, okay, I was emptying it. Sweet. Yeah. So, but like I said, I do feel old when I think about like my kids. Like, get outside and play. Let the sun touch your skin, you wieners.
Damn vampires.
Yes. Now that is not the same as let the sun touch your wieners, kids. That's a whole other. Yeah,
We're not gonna cover that.
Yeah, nice. Look at me drilling. I didn't bring any torches. But yeah. So I mean, even though I like technology now, I will say I remember. We're at the end, aren't we?
We are. So Well, let's put a cap in this and carry this on to the next one.
Oh man, part 3?
I know. We're just
it's
keeping talking about us two old folks talking about our youths.
Oh man.
The youths.
The Utes. What's a Ute?
The youths.
Sorry, the youths.
Youths.
All right, wrap us up. Get it, Brad.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining this episode of Automaton with myself and Modi 101. If you are new to either of our channels, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, noticing that kind of thing. As always, want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Host Havoc. If you're looking for quality Minecraft servers and more, go check out Host Havoc in the description down below so that we know who has the absolute best fans. It's clearly us.
Whoop.
And as always, guys, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Get outside. Let the sun touch your wieners. God damn,
Wait,
I messed
don't
up. I did it
say
again.
that.
I did it again.
Bye.
Okay, bye.